So it's a gloomy day in Texas, but we got a lot going on in the shop today and to fill you guys in on. So we'll be doing some follow-up with Adam on the Pullmax machine so you guys can see how he ended up doing the designs in the engine cover or under hood beauty panel for the Nova. In fact, we'll actually be firing up the Nova later. We're getting it ready to get a final detail before it gets loaded into the trailer and off to Louisiana for its grand reveal at a car show. Aside from that, we'll catch up with Jeremy working on custom radiator support for the Grand Prix.
Jeremy installed it without a way to drain it, so we've got to deal with that.
Catch up with K-Dub working on the custom rear spoiler for the Fox body.
Need to make sure I get this flat.
Well, that's good. That's positive, man. That's positive for me. Being the Mustang guru.
And then finally, we'll catch up with Nick, who's got the 41 DeSoto project that just came back from paint. And guys, this car is beautiful. And I know he's nervous just to work around the car.
Yeah, it's scary. I mean, I double this stuff up and then I replace it every week. It gets replaced.
So you're not going to want to miss it. Stick around.
Did you see the wing yet?
I already peeked over here.
That's pretty sweet. You see the back, how it's got the reverse curve in it?
Yeah, I haven't got like real close up to it yet.
Yeah.
I'm saving it.
So this is called a Pullmax, and this is a table I made right here. Normally a Pullmax doesn't have this table, so you have like a collet on the top and a collet on the bottom, and you have a male and a female die. And this is what we used. I know if probably everybody that's going to watch this video has watched the Fox body videos, but this is how we put that belt line in the Fox body. So you can see when this is in the Pullmax, this is like the upper and then this is the lower. And once we get this Pullmax going, you'll see it's just basically like a sewing machine. It's just really, really quick hits.
Actually, can I see it? Because if you give me the male, I can show how that fits in the molding, right?
Oh, yeah, it'll be one of those, yeah.
It'll be that one technically. That's pretty much this.
Yeah, exactly.
And then that way when it runs through, creates that, which KW used to make both parts on the rear quarters.
Doesn't take much, just like, that's enough right there. So once I get the die into the groove, I'll raise the table back up again. So this lever here adjusts the distance of the die away from the workpiece. And we're not gonna run the full depth in one pass, we'll make a couple passes. So you can kind of see how nice and uniform these beads are. So I put a little bit of grease on here to help it out. And how consistent that bead is, which is really nice.
How do you turn on the on-air sign? Ooh.
This is a case of kind of what nobody ever thinks about, what we've been doing to get the radiator placement correct on this car. We blew apart the front core support and Jeremy installed it without a way to drain it, so we've got to deal with that.
No, that was next. That's a hole saw.
So anyway, you know, we'll cut that part out.
What? No, that's good stuff.
This so kind of what we've been dealing with is we did this out of the car first, and then we decided we need to get this into the car to make sure that the placement is correct. And what we've discovered is we have minimum minimal clearance. So this morning when we got here, we needed to make sure that we had a silicone boot that would clear this, because what we're going to do is run over to here, and then we're going to have perf right here, perforated metal, and then a box constructed on the back for a cone filter. And then we had to come up with a way to hold the radiator in the car. So that's what Jeremy's been working on this morning. Is he got on CAD, designed these, cut them out on the plasma table, and made these cups. I was on McMaster this morning, basically like a Christmas catalog if you're into building stuff, because they've got everything under the sun.
Yep.
But what we needed to find a really nice, essentially a body mount that's going to hold this thing in place, a rubber isolation mount. So he welded these up. We found a specific mount that's going to fit in here and fit over these studs and hold our radiator in, but we had to fabricate all this stuff from scratch because it's just not available. And we also have to think about serviceability in the future. How would we install this radiator so that when it needs to come out, we can get it out too? I would have probably missed that too. Sorry, Jeremy.
Hey, some drill the wrong holes, some don't drill holes at all.
Yeah, sometimes I drill the wrong hole. 2-inch ID piece of stainless, and just drill the hole for the, what can I think?
For the drain?
Yeah, for the drain.
We'll insert a
And
little
we'll just-
tube and fully weld it.
Yeah, fully welded on the top and the bottom, because this core support's got, it's a layer underneath as well. So
Yeah, it's double wall from here over. So this pan caps it off right here. So it'll get fully welded on the top, fully welded on the bottom. And that'll be it for that. And start figuring out the mounts for the trans cooler and the condenser.
and this encapsulates everything here, which is nice to me. That's like a final touch right there. That looks like, okay, I got my car built somewhere that really knows what they're doing. Like they thought about this for a minute. And the only people that are going to notice that are fabricators. And before the radiator was in here, I thought we were going to have all the room in the world, you know, and now all of a sudden here we are debating on what kind of 4-inch silicone boot we need to buy to clear that routing.
So you know what you could do, because you could actually machine this lip so you can do one of those vibrant couplers.
Yeah.
And then you could actually fab, because then you'll get like the
Hard pipe it
style. Yeah, and then you'll actually, so that way you can get away from the silicone coupler if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's what we were
that.
talking about earlier too.
Yeah. So this was like a Gen 1 style that I was making on the Fox body that lassos the radiator.
So this is the grommets you were talking about.
Yeah. So now that I've found those really nice grommets at McMaster, I'll probably change this up and do the same design. So this is a unit I made for the Fox body. So you can see how I sandwiched everything in here together. It's better to have no air gap. So that's why everything's so close. But this was one whole piece here that I designed and then broke on the, and then I welded a secondary bracket in there to hold this cooler. And everything is bolted together so that it can be disassembled. So like these 4 bolts just to come out, and then this thing is held in place by these 2 bolts in here. And then also, if you needed to, you could slot this out. Here's 2 bolts that hold in the middle in here.
So we've got radiator, condenser, and this is a cooler for, what are we running through this?
This is the auxiliary, the cooler that's going to go to the main cooler.
Oh, for the air to water?
Yeah, exactly.
So that big unit,
yeah,
the big monster that
it's
will
gonna
go
live
over in there.
Exactly, yeah.
I was saying, man, you can tell you're a painter because even the way you move that. Yeah.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Now, back to the video.
Impala is back over here from the dyno, and apparently they're fighting some issues with the throttle body and the tuning. In case you guys are wondering what's going on with it, well, throttle body issues. All right, we're interrupting Nick's lunch here. He says he's done. He was busy playing Fighter Jet or something on his computer screen over there.
Hey man, War Thunder in the free time, wiring DeSoto's in the real time.
So what do we got here?
It's a 41 DeSoto, and we're got it back from paint a couple weeks ago, and well, I've started the fun task of playing with all the colorful spaghetti, and been wiring the interior, doing the. We had a couple of the fabricators pre-set up a lot of the fuse box panel locations and shifters, and they welded in tabs and everything to run all the wiring kind of down a defined path already. So I'm just kind of here putting all the wiring where they're going. Of course,
so what you're saying is all the hard work was done.
All the mounting tabs, yes, all that was done.
Just messing with you. See, oh yeah, you got all your Dakota Digital stuff in the back there.
Yep. The boxes are almost completely wired up. A lot of it's, it's all just preliminary wiring going on right now. So it'll tighten up as soon as everything gets sorted out, and then we're gonna loom half of everything that's seen will get loomed. The other half will get buried underneath all the carpet, and they're gonna make a little pocket in the carpet and cut it out, and that way you won't even know the wiring's there. So it'll look pretty slick once it's done. But
very nice. What do you know about this paint? Because it looks really nice.
The paint, I think it was not a whole lot. I know it was done by a guy out of Tennessee, unfortunately. I'm not too sure. I think it was Dreamline Designs? Dreamline? I'm not sure on that one. You have to check that one out.
Yeah, this just got unloaded the other day, and it's too bad it's not outside in the sun, because let me tell you, I don't think the GoPro can really do this thing justice.
It's incredible in the sunlight. It almost looks like a pearl gold added on to this maroon color, this deep maroon color.
It's probably like a gold base. Maybe I'm assuming maybe candy paint with a gold base.
I believe it's some kind of candy paint, yeah. I mean, don't catch me lying to you. I'm far beyond.
I'm sure that's like the whole, like trying to pull the bronze out of the wheels with the gold.
Yep, that was the kind of idea. Exactly.
So it kind of all comes together.
Yep, exactly. And other than that, it's got a 427 LS in it. It's a Frankenstein top end on a RHS block built by Mr. Clay's guys. I can't remember. They're out of Asylum in Motorsports out of Louisiana. And
I wouldn't have guessed lime green.
Yeah, lime green was the wrong color, so they painted the rest of the engine and said, here, you guys can paint the valve covers. So we're going to paint the valve covers. We're going to paint the valley cover, and we'll match it to, it'll be kind of, I think it's going to go like that bronze and then black valve covers, and then just kind of tone it down a little bit.
Yeah, that's in your face.
Yeah, it's
that
bright.
is something like if this was built, I don't know, in like the 90s or something, this is sort of, that's what I would expect, but.
I wanted the every farm color on the engine, you know, lime green valve covers, orange block.
So you're going to go like with the bronze then maybe and try and tie that in? Or then it's kind of playing off the Nova. Like the Nova's kind of that same color palette.
I was gonna say, Joe's got a kind of style, you know, and he sees these kind of colors going on. And yeah, he between him and a lot of Chad's help, who was originally, you know, doing a lot of the visionary stuff for when this car was in here, you know, and they kind of picked out a certain style with it, and well, built it out, and I'm just putting it together.
Well, there you go, guys. Little intro to 41, you said?
Yes, sir.
DeSoto. And Nick's attention to detail and patience is going to come into play to not touch that paint in the wrong way.
Yeah, it's scary. I mean, I double this stuff up, and then I replace it every week. It gets replaced because, you know, you'll move on it and one little piece will tear up and you're like, it scares you. So yeah, I have to double it up and replace it as much as I can. So.
Well, awesome, man. Well, we'll let you get back to it. Vintage airs, lots of wiring, coil packs, Terminator X's, all that good stuff.
Yep. I haven't even delved into the Terminator yet, and that'll be fun. Somebody else has been there before, so.
Yeah.
But it's easy. They're all pretty simple systems, so.
The M is lit up, and we have nominated that to be our official on-air sign, so that way all the copyrighted music can get shut off. And mainly talking about Jeremy when I say that. He's always got the music and the tunes jamming, and which, you know what, sometimes you need that, right? When you're working on stuff, get in the groove and just not listen to a bunch of welders and angle grinders and all that other good stuff. As we can see, the Fox body is actually sitting down on its wheels and tires and loaded onto the suspension. So we can get a glimpse of what that stance is going to look like. And if we look at the back, we can really get a good idea. Of course, once the front fenders are done and flared and in place, we're going to get an even better idea. So that whole side profile of the car is starting to come together. If you're a visual person, then you could probably start to see the design, because the pace cars had that little bit of a cowl hood, nothing crazy that goes down the center, and just kind of that overall flow of the car is going to be awesome.
But man, I wanted you to kind of look at this wing. Well, here's the thing, man. You know, the rendering was pretty cool, but
Yeah.
to me, I think the car, it's got this optical illusion of like the body's been channeled, and then it makes the roof look really tall, just from the factory, you know? So I think kind of fattening this car up, making it look a little more muscular. You know, obviously we do the rocker, you know, the rocker molding treatment to it. But this wing, so me and Caleb were kind of messing. Caleb made a little buck, and we were just kind of drawing in the air. And so Caleb actually made a little buck out of this wire just to kind of eyeball some ideas. I'm gonna see what you guys thought about it. But
Yeah.
we kind of obviously raised it a tad bit in scale to the rendering that we got.
Yeah.
And then actually brought this back too a little bit, kind of laid this down. So this was actually had probably about an inch less right here. It came up right through here.
Yeah.
And so I got to thinking, you know what? We don't know what's going to go on with the bumper yet, how far it's going to stick out. Obviously, I think if we, you know, bring it in a little bit, it's going to look you know, a lot better than the factory's, you know, hanging way out there. We're going to kind of follow this line where it tapers, you know, kind of tapers up. So maybe just we added a little bit of a rocker and then it kind of tapered up a little bit, where it's just not, you know, big fat looking. You know, kind of rolls with the, almost like if the factory were to add a, you know, rocker, some kind of, you know, lower spoiler treatment to the car, you know. I know it's kind of hard to visualize that, but so Caleb came up with a little buck, and then we started hanging cardboard on it last night. We thought, man, what, you know, come up with a cool design. We thought we'd use like some of that square stock, you know, that little square stock. So it's kind of square right here on the top, you know, and then roll, you know, molds in.
So like a square like that on top, right?
So exactly. So we were thinking you know, originally the design on the rendering had this hole in it to kind of let air through it, which would have been cool.
Which is, it's that way on the stock one. It's got that little inset thing molded into the rubber or whatever.
And so Chad was like, even, man, maybe we should do a play off that stock one. I thought, man, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But now that we kind of extended it, I'm thinking, man, it might kind of interrupt this flow right here.
Be weird to have a weird opening in there.
You know, you think about it.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to metal finish it. It'd be hard to body work it. It'd be hard to paint it. It'd be all dry in there.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to buff it.
Because what Chris doesn't know is this is going to be part of the hatch, correct?
Right.
This isn't going to be a bolt-on.
So we thought about just, you know, Caleb was just going to mold it in. So like right here, this treatment would come off here, kind of roll off the side here on this hatch, and then be flat right here, and then eventually kind of mold into this little groove and then come around the back. Then instead of the holes, we thought maybe we'd do some kind of a treatment like this, you know? Like these little...
Be like a reverse Cobra wing, because the Cobra wing comes out and then it's got that on the underside.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, so it'll actually be kind of neat, because it's kind of like the inverse.
Yeah, exactly,
This is the granddaddy Cobra.
Exactly, but man, you thought maybe one here and then kind of split this distance, you know, from the center right here to this, you know, and just one here and then maybe one here.
3 of them? Boom, boom, boom.
Nah, I was thinking just 2.
Oh,
you know?
2?
I'm thinking 2.
What I wonder what we're going to have to give people in the comments, 2 or 3. What do y'all think?
2 or 3?
Do you, obviously being a 79, there was no such thing as a third brake light. Do we
Oh,
care about
right.
a third brake light? Because that would
Nah.
live there if you did.
Nobody's ever going to see the brake lights on this
Nah.
car.
And we're going to shave this off, right?
I think we're going to keep that on there. What do you think, K-Dub? Where you want to keep that?
I don't know.
Or do you want to eliminate that?
They got buttons for that, man. I'm just saying. That's y'all call. Like for me, just because like the lock cylinders are always so like old.
Yeah.
Looking like I would just get rid of the.
We'll get everybody in the comments. Rear lock cylinder, no lock cylinder. You know what else you try to talk us into?
T-top.
We can't talk about that.
Yeah.
But so what we're thinking is this, we want to put this landing on the top here.
Yeah, and so imagine, you know, I think this is a little too wide. And so I was thinking maybe a quarter wide.
Uh-huh.
So Kata was just going to run this, you know, that flat.
So like a quarter landing. And then so when you look at this from the top, it would just
it's kind of squared off.
It would just melt
and then
that.
It'll roll into this. So when he metal finishes, it'll all roll into it. And so when people look at it, they're like, man, is that you mold that out of fire? You know, it's just, I think it'd look killer, man. And then we could even play with it right here too. I mean, we could even put a little radius. We could even do something like this, a little treatment like this.
I kind of like the angle.
I do too.
Like your angle.
I do too, man.
Without the radius.
I think so too, man. And
Kato would probably like not having to do all those radiuses on the bottom.
Well, check it out. So we thought about a little radius right here. So we thought about coming in here off of this one here. So this would be a gentle radius, and then it'd just kind of slowly get back to angular.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I think it's gonna be easier. The body man's not gonna cuss us so much.
Yeah.
Trying to get this block in there and make that super square. I think if it just had a slight radius and rolled into it. Plus too, I think when Kata blends in metal finishes, it's gonna have a better transition.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it would look good with a little radius on the bottom.
So you guys, what do you think, Chris? You're the Mustang dude.
No, I love it personally.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, you know, Caleb had it where it was back here, and then Caleb's like, man, I think it's too short. And so he added this on here, and man, it's I mean, the car is extreme, so it's kind of like you can't really.
There's a couple versions of wings, and like the two most popular ones it was made by Steeda, which was almost like a duckbill.
Oh,
So
right. I know what you're
remember
talking
that
about.
one,
Yeah.
like the vanilla ice one?
Yeah, Vanilla Ice, man.
Yeah, the vanilla ice.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're thinking Celine. Celine's the whale
Celine.
tail.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was okay.
Yeah.
So you got the whale tail, you got the duck bill, the Steeda, and then there's the Canon made like an elongated version that did kind of this.
Yeah.
That came out further.
Yeah.
So this is actually really cool. Like I said, if you opted for two of those, that would be the inverse of that Cobra wing, which I think is kind of bringing in that element of what was like OEM plus.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, plus probably in this case. But
So you guys think 2 or 3?
I think two.
I think 2 too.
I think 3 will get into almost like that.
It's too busy, man.
Busy, yeah.
But you know what's cool? If you walk
It'll
around.
look like a reptile at 3.
So check this out too, man. Because if you walk around and see if you find it too, I mean, walk around this thing, there's really no bad angles on it. So you know, some things look weird at different angles, you know?
Yeah.
So this thing's sitting on the ground, and then you walk up to it. It's got pretty cool dimensions to it, man.
Yeah, because like even already like this, like
Right.
That's already looking good. That's why I asked
Right.
the question, right? Because it's kind of pulling like this angle is replicated there.
Exactly.
And then same thing, 'cause,
Exactly.
like the pace car hood has a little bit of a hood scoop on it, nothing
Yeah.
crazy. So you
Right.
kind of got that up in the front, and then it'll give like that whole side profile.
This transition too, Caleb was going to make it where it kind of was parallel with this line here, you know. So that'll be flat, and then that'll start molding into that crease that goes around through there. I just kind of want to make it look like, you know, if the factory had done it, you know, instead of like some kind of crazy metalwork add-on thing. You know, there again too, I mean, if we radius, it's going to be easier to metal finish, easier to bodywork. It'll just have a nice little flow to it, and then squared off, man, I think it'd look killer.
Yeah, that little 1/4 inch
Yeah.
landing there.
But we thought too, man, the slots in here, if this thing was shorter, I think it would look killer up top if it had the, you know, the air inlets. But I think being so big, it may look kind of weird and kind of
I think
ruin
that
this
would look-
flow.
yeah,
So
yeah.
then we were just kind of like, well, man, it's going to look too plain with nothing there. So then that's when we came up with this idea.
The only thing that's gonna be a bird bath.
Yeah, it's going to collect
That's
water.
true,
That's what I was
yeah.
thinking. Dirt.
That's
but
true.
I mean, it's not like he's ever going to be.
Just have the leaf blower ready.
Yeah.
Well, and then, you know, if he gets caught in the rain and right before he puts it in the garage, you can go down the street real fast. Wash! Just blow it off, man. You know?
Break the back end loose. And then
Yeah.
get all the water off.
Exactly. Ricky's going to have no problem going fast in his car.
Depending how the angle down here, you're gonna want whatever's happening down here to match back here.
Yeah, because you almost fatten that up just a tad bit, man. You know, and bring that exactly that same treatment. That'd look killer. All the little lights in there. That'd be cool, man. You're exactly right.
Just for that consistency.
This thing's kind of got like a little rocker molding type deal on it too, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like an extension on the
Yeah,
rocker.
kind of like a pinch weld cover.
Yeah, those are true too, man.
See how that's like that instead of the three ridges?
Oh, it's kind of got like a...
And then they also had these little scoops down here as well.
Yeah.
Which, like, if you were building something, obviously you could do all that out of metal.
I mean,
I think
it'd be badass too if it's bolted on, but dude, I think the
it'd be
transition
better.
would be...
molded.
I think you should
You
mold
know?
it as you can, but
Yeah.
scan it so you could make it and produce it.
Well, somebody'd have to do like a carbon fiber mold, you know?
We'll
So just
license
get
it
it ready,
to.
all in one piece, get it scanned, and then...
It's almost like
mold
if you
it
made
on.
a skin where somebody could put your carbon fiber skin to the steel inner.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or we could just scan it, and it could become the wing to Chris's body kit.
Oh, yeah.
You know, designed by Martin Brothers. Let's have the Kiwi guys. We want to scan the lens with the hatch and the side of the car. That way they can model the
Or
lens
you
off.
could
of-
add one more too if you wanted to, because that's the
Yeah,
other
you
thing.
could, man.
The other lenses go all the way, you know, pretty much to here. That other style,
Yeah.
these ones are actually stubbier, so you could actually. Then people would be
Yeah.
like, man, what's different about that?
Well, they're going to know immediately what's
It'd be
different.
cool if this one was red and maybe it just had a little tiny
Oh,
tiny white one
sliver.
right next to it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be trick, man?
Yeah.
All red and one little sliver of white, man, for a reverse light. That'd be fucking cool, man.
Yeah, we'll have to
That'd
talk
be
to
cool.
the Kiwi guys about
Yeah.
that. I guess.
All right, well, I got
we're
you
gonna
guys'
have to-
approval, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's positive, man. Chris, that's positive from you. Being the Mustang guru,
Yeah.
if you dig it, man. So you just want to tip that, huh, K-Dub? That's cool.
I didn't know if you found.
I haven't looked yet, man, but I didn't know if you want to. My only thing was I thought you could use this piece as kind of a buck,
Yeah.
essentially, and work your stuff off of it instead of, because man, trying to make all that K-Dub, then I mean, you can if you want, brother. But man, if you made a little buck out of that piece and just had little temporary stanchions, man, you could literally kind of hand form it, you know, and have something stout to work against if you want to.
Yeah.
I would try to find it for you.
Yeah, if we could find something.
It'd be heavy, but you could
Build off of it.
build off of it, you know, and then we could cut it out after, you know, you could make your panels fit, you know.
Yeah.
What you doing, K-Dub?
Right now I'm shrinking my piece back straight, so when I tip my piece, if you could tell, put a big curve in it, so I'm straightening it back up, shrinking my edge back down. And the trick too is to push down even every one.
So the same amount of, that's like a leg workout right there.
Oh yeah. See, now you can see it's pretty
Yep.
great. So I just keep working it back and forth, back and forth.
This is way more exciting because he just broke his piece. He's starting over from scratch now.
Oh man, I think I like the size. I just need to make sure I get this flat. Off, on, back and forth, back and forth.
I'll get you on the time lapse, like. Well, that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Got to see a little bit of everything, and Amanda should be getting a little bit of footage at the car show on the Nova, so we'll be sure to put that in the next video that we release. So if you guys are enjoying the content, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below, let us know what you like to see or what your favorite project is. We'll do our best to get you more content on it.